It gets a lot worse than Kevin Samuels. For those who do not like or did not like Kevin Samuels, you don't like his content, you hate it, you were hurt by it, you were traumatized by it. Y'all, I've been in these streets long enough to know it gets a lot worse. It was worse before him, and now that he's established a market for that type of message, there's going to be somebody who takes his space. There's going to be somebody who takes up that mantle. His supporters now feel emboldened in what they believe, and they're looking for another person to replace him, and it could be worse. And the point that I'm getting at here is, if you were deeply hurt by what Kevin Samuels was putting out, I want you to take back the keys. I want you to take back the power of why that was so hurtful. Was his message reiterating something that you personalized about your worth and your value? Was it? Because I notice even whenever I put out messages that I think are uplifting and encouraging and they speak life, there's a group of people who can't receive it. Because why? They just don't believe it. There's a different story that's in the way that they have not addressed. So at the end of the day, no external communicator is the problem or the solution to what you're feeling. If his death brought you satisfaction. He's not the problem. I'm not the solution. Nobody is the problem or the solution. There may be something deeper that you can address that can give you the healing, that can give you the relief that you really want, that's going to be constant no matter who's up there speaking on a YouTube video telling you this, that, and the other about yourself and about your desirability. And with that being said, my love, my heart goes out to those who have been negatively impacted by his messages over the last couple of years and will continue to possibly be impacted by others' messages, but also his family and his friends, his loved ones, those who actually knew him, Kevin Samuels, the human being, beyond just the content creation. My heart goes out to you guys. My condolences to you all. And yeah, that's it.
J T A L. While I'm sitting here, stuck in.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy JT, opposite from the norm, back with another one. Before I get started, I want to go ahead and give y'all a chance to make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all subscribe, and y'all hit the notification bell just so y'all can get notifications for when I go live or when I upload another video. So y'all seen what Derrick Jaxn had to say, and respectfully, I'm glad he said what he said at the end, and I'm going to address that. But first, I want to go ahead and just say a little something. All right, so, and it's going to go tie into this, you know what I'm saying? So let me just, do my little rant, whatever. So the other day, I was working hard, trying to put some things into play, and it didn't turn out the way I wanted to. But, thank God today it did. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when they say the Lord may not come when you want to, but he's always on time. And to be honest with you, I had to realize or think about it, having that moment to talk with God yesterday, last night, that, when things come and go, things happening, and you try your best, and things don't turn out the way you hope it do, especially when you have responsibilities, whether bills, family, and things of that nature. And it's like, I thought about the whole thing for as why the black manosphere is so important. And whether people like it or not, it really is important for us as brothers, especially young brothers like me or younger trying to find their way. And the reason why I say that is because I see so many women that wrongfully use what a man is supposed to do. And they talk about traditional men, their grandfathers, great-grandfathers, and how what they did or what they was told they did or what they was told that generation did. And the sad thing is you got so many women that try to tell you what a man should do and they're not a man, so they don't walk in our shoes. So if y'all gonna do that real quick, I'm gonna do what y'all doing to us. Real women have men back, good men's back. Good women have good men's back. But the modern women of today, a lot of them, don't understand that if you expect a man to work his butt off, if you expect a man to protect, provide, food on the table, roof over your head, clothes on your back, your children back, you don't have to do nothing, it does not mean you don't have to literally not do nothing. On your end, you should be doing what you should be doing as a woman to show your appreciation. A lot of these women think that they're supposed to act like children. And that's why you have so many men say women are like children. And you can't think that you're supposed to get everything great in this life, in this world, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. All right? So, back to Derrick Jaxn. I was glad he said what he said. I'm not going to, honestly, no disrespect, believe him 100% correctly, because it's like, you know, you were lying to your wife, you were lying to the people that put money in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? So, can't believe you 100%. And it's like, but at least he said what he said, because the most important part was the fact that if Kevin was able to say something that hurt your feelings to the point that you hated him, which is a strong word, to the point that you're happy he's gone, then internally something is wrong with you, because he's reiterating what he said. Even in his passing, so he's reiterating what he said. The unhappiness has to do with you. And he also said a bunch of times to women, if you're so happy you're not here watching my content, calling up and hoping for my demise, you're not hating so much that you hope that my show gets canceled, or you're trying to push for my show to get canceled. For all the women that didn't like what he said about single mothers, y'all never really talk about the fact that women who were married that did the right thing before they had kids and their husbands left them. This is what Kevin spoke on. And really, when he spoke about women that this situation happened, at least you tried to do the right thing by that. Even though you might have left the home because the marriage, you know, overall women leave marriages the most. But it's not always just because the man cheated. And on some reality, real rap stuff, we have to think about this. Kevin aside, guys, so for the women out there who are going through whatever they're going through, if you're really trying to get things right, you have no time to focus on him. That's what we talk about, the children, unfortunately, that may have took their own lives, God rest their soul, because they was getting bullied online. When you're a certain age and you come from that generation, it's a difference from having to go to school and deal with it versus now you may deal with it at school and then you go home and make yourself deal with it. You sign up on an account, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, and then you still getting bullied because you bring it into your own house. And for my generation and previous, we're looking at like, why would you do that to yourself? So we look at women like that too that had a problem with Kevin's message. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you, all right, go and watch this guy's show if you don't like what he's saying and it's hurtful to your feelings, and also call into his show? Because mind you, this is one another thing people don't talk about besides that. In order for you to be able to make comments, you had to join as a member to Kevin's show, guys, so to be able to do, you know what I'm saying, say something and all that. So you have women that go above and beyond to go disagree with Kevin. And I'm gonna do a video later, Lord's willing, because Boyce Watkins always said something recently that I really disagree with. His views and opinions on how Kevin felt about a high value man, which he was totally incorrect. So I'm gonna have Kevin talk on behalf of himself on the many lives he did, where he broke down what his definition was. And it wasn't just having money, because like he said, if that was the case, any entertainer or athlete could be a high value man. Really, they're just high earning, but they're not high value man. So this whole thing and what they're talking about, it also made me think yesterday when I wasn't having the best day about how hard men have to work to make that money, to be at least in the top 20% in this country. Let's just deal with this country. I see the guys that made even 40,000. So from average to above average, I see the men out there that a lot of women don't pay that much attention to. Now, I'm not going to say there's not because I say more women pay attention to the working class, especially if they're in the working class. But for those women that we keep highlighting like it's okay to say what they say, I'm a 10, because you feel like it when you don't exalt that in your actual life, right? But the fact that so many women make it okay for them to say they want a high value man, they want a 10% man, whatever, the top of the crop, the cream of the crop. And I'm just sitting there looking at what I go through, the guys I know go through, especially black men, or anywhere around me, or what I see visually. Just to make $40,000 in this world and today, to be able, you have to put a lot in. You really have to put a lot in, because so many women talk about the guys that got money, Kevin and all that, because he was well known guy or so, and all the other people that make a lot of money. Just to make $40,000 an hour, you have to go through. Like, I've seen guys that I know personally to work at decent companies have to go through the most extensive of background checks that you have to go through just to make $40,000. The years of work you got to put in, and the butt kissing you got to put in just to make $40,000 to get you to the point where you can make more than that. And now I see why, as you get older, men hit their stride around my age and older, especially 35 to 45 or 50, when they make their real money. So when I think about that and I see these women making it seem like it's okay, right, just to be disrespectful to the average everyday working man, just because it sounds good and it's okay now, it's sickening. Because especially for a guy to make $80,000, I'm talking about guys that's out there grinding and doing plumbing, doing electrical work, doing roofing, doing construction, doing road work, fishermen in Alaska. All this the way you can dive, God forbid you fall in the water within 10 seconds because it's so freezing. To have the nerve to be upset with the guys that you want their lifestyle and you're jealous and envious of them is sickening, because you don't really see what real men go through. And that's what we're dealing with a lot of women. So they're mad at Kevin because he told them you don't qualify. But what about when women tell us we don't qualify? We just got to eat it and take it. Even for the guys. And shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson, because he said this. And I've been saying this too. So great minds think alike. If you think that just because you're a woman, you deserve whatever, you gonna fall hard. If you honestly think it's okay for you to put everyday average man down when you're an everyday average woman, you're gonna fall hard. Then plus this whole men make more money than women because they're men is bull crap. Because a lot of women don't want to work those jobs I just named. A lot of women don't want to do plumbing, electrical work, construction, road work, all this type of stuff. You have the very minute amount of women that will do. Just like it's less than 1% that make millions of dollars every year. That's how many women it is that work these hard, terrible jobs. So for you to disrespect Kevin for telling the truth, but it's okay for you to listen to guys that get paid off you all the time, which is still the same way I feel about Derrick Jackson, Steve Harvey, guys like that. There are more guys that actually are okay with the way women act, even though it's wrong. But then there are guys like Kevin Samuels or the Mansfield Red Pill content. It's way more. But they don't get no real recognition. I know a lot of guys like that in my real life that's the same way. They don't get no recognition. So for all you women that think like that and are happy that Kevin died, even though you gonna log off and your life is still gonna be the same, I'm talking to you. You can talk all this crap all you want to, but it's still gonna be the same turmoil, pain, trials and tribulations you've been facing before Kevin got here, and now that Kevin's gone, God rest his soul. All right? And I want to end it by saying this. What y'all don't realize, a lot of women that have these complaints and tell men to stop crying and talking because real men who get a lot of women ain't got no complaints, which is like, because I know plenty of brothers that get a lot of attention from women and they stay out of complaint. But that's what we call barbershop, a locker room talk, because they feel as though they know if they say these things out loud, they're going to be hated, which is the truth. But God forbid, we go back to a time as men where we just move how we move and we don't say nothing. Y'all go back to why men do this, why men do that, why do that. It ain't gonna matter anymore. We just gonna do what we do. And I got a few videos coming out when I'm going. But I'm telling you now, you better appreciate the man that's talking. You better appreciate the man that's everyday average Joes that will be there for you and that's not so selfish that they only worry about their happiness, they worry about your happiness too. You better appreciate them beta males too, because that's gonna start coming to a real cease very soon. Because y'all may not like Kevin Samuels, but there's gonna be a lot more dudes out there like him, or at least the guys that's gonna be like silent, quiet, move how they move, whether you like it or not, and y'all gonna hate it. So once again, respect, peace, and rest in peace, rest in power to the brother Kevin Samuels, aka the Godfather. And for the last salute, rest in peace.